take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. Got my Halo gears in Forza, Halo gears in Forza, Halo gears in Forza, Halo gears in Forza. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. I'm on my Halo gears in Forza. Bitch, I thought I told ya. I'm gaming 4K Ultra. Textures make you throw up. No anime, no Neo, no Tokyo bullshit. 4-7 on my Scorpio. It's looking super crisp. Not that PS4 Pro, soupy shit, or that Nintendo Switch goofy shit. I like my Master Chief and my Marcus Phoenix in the Forza game with the orange McLaren. That Xbox got my hand shaking. Took a poop on my PlayStation. Wiped my ass with my hands and wiped it on my PlayStation. My Xbox clean, sanitation. I'm NBA Live with the animations. I bought that X, no hesitation. I'm the best spots, bitch, that's dedication. Smoother frames and faster loads.
The good old days.
And my box can hold 4K and better shadows. Xbox is for the pros. Xbox, we play games. PlayStation.
All right, shut up. Oh man. What's up, guys? How are we doing today? I don't want to have an ultra long show today. Everybody got to share their griefs and their thoughts on E3 this year. And man, the emotions. Am I heard? Can I be heard? If you guys can confirm that for me. What's up, everybody? I know it's a little bit late. We're 2 days removed. You know, you need things to digest. You know what I mean? You need things to digest and see if you really felt the way you felt. Give it time. And I think I'm good. Yeah, so E3 is, I told you E3 was started. It ended on Sunday, but apparently I think Nintendo had like a one heck of a showing. So I think they might have. I think a lot of people are talking about what Square Enix showed and what Nintendo did. So I know there's a lot of hype over there, but there's only really, to me, when it's time for E3, I really only focus in on two things. You know, Xbox and PlayStation. Obviously, PlayStation wasn't there this year, so Xbox is obviously primary. That's like the Super Bowl for me. So, man, when we often compare gaming to, like, you know, sports, our brands to like sports teams and shit like that. This was one of those. This year's E3, I can honestly say, where. Hold on. I gotta turn down something. Hold on, I'll be right back. My bad, guys. My bad. All right. All right, so what I can say is, this year's E3, I'm trying to think, there's only a couple of times where I felt this type of way after watching something you were anticipating for so long. Like, watching the undefeated Patriots get to the Super Bowl and then watching them lose. Oh, that was heartbreaking. That was pain that I felt. I felt pain there. All right, better comparison. LeBron James, Miami Heat. They get to the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas. No, not the Lakers, not the Spurs, not the upcoming OKC, not the tough, rigged and raw Grizzlies. Dallas Mavericks. And it's like, oh, wow, LeBron's going to get his first ring. Dude, it's going to be awesome. A big three, Miami Heat. And you just watching the series unfold. And it's over. And LeBron has a poor series. And the Heat lose in 6. A complete upset. I felt some type of way. Like, even though I didn't play, you know, I rooted, but I felt some type of way. And of all my years of watching E3 and Xbox conferences, even though other people watch Xbox conferences and don't really care about anything, they didn't think it's good. I've never watched a Xbox conference and be like, oh, I think the conference sucked. You know what I mean? I've seen conferences where I was like, I wasn't as happy as I thought I would be, but I still enjoyed some of the information that came out. I think 2017, I enjoyed Xbox conference, but I think I felt some type of way because of some. I think a lot of the games were delayed, and that revealed that 2017 was going to be weak. But I was happy for Scorpio and all these other stuff that was going on. But this year, I felt something. I felt offended because, you know why I felt offended about this year? Because just before the show, I was going in on Twitter. I was going in, ready to give everybody that smoke. I was just ready. I was like, you know what? This is my time. This is my day. If anybody's about to block me, better block me now, because you ain't going to want to like what I got to say over the course of the next week. Xbox E3, if it was supposed to, the way that it went, the way that it didn't go, I was supposed to be still tweeting right now. I'm supposed to be still tweeting, making fun of people right now, and I can't. I can't. It's it was literally the first E3 I watched, and I was like, wow, I'm disappointed. This is the first E3 I watched, and I did not actually like a damn thing. It's there was no makeup, there was no megatons, there was no nothing. And I guess what pissed me off about it is because this whole year, right, from July 2018 all the way till pretty much early May of 2019, E3 wasn't on my mind. I wasn't waiting for anything. I didn't have I can't wait to. No, I wasn't hyping E3. It was just I was just I didn't care. My expectations were nowhere. I had no expectations. And you know what? Try not to swear. You know what messed up my that motive, that state of mind I was at? I was level-headed. I had no anticipation. I had nothing to talk about. Just whatever. I want to be surprised. No. E3 time goes around. There's no leaks. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the guys over at Xbox, they're talking. Everybody got videos every day. Oh, Megaton, leak. Oh, E3. Oh, studio rumored. Oh, announcements. Oh, Phil Spencer says, we're going to have 14 Xbox game studios to show. Bro, I've never known how fucked up. Now, I knew my prediction was going to be off. But these were way off. The 14 games that were shown, I don't even think they came from the studios that were bought. Who? Oh my god! All right. This is not let me get my thoughts together before I start going on a rant. All right. This E3 for me really sucked. It was bad in a way that everything that was presented and shared at Xbox stage was none of the stuff was E3 worthy. I was so confused, to the point where it started off slow, and I kept waiting for that anticipation to build, but there was nothing. The choices of games that were shown were bad. So they opened the game up. They opened the show up with Obsidian's games, Outer World. Okay, cool. I already predicted the whole Game Pass thing, day and date. Fine, whatever. All right, I'm not really interested in Outer Worlds. I'm not interested in Fallout. Whatever. Honestly, beyond that, I couldn't really tell you. I don't know what stood out. The Project Scarlet video, that was cool, but It wasn't, because it was like a remaster of the Project Scorpio video, and there was like no hype behind it. Gears of War, like that's the only. I wanted to see four things, right? I wanted to see four things. I wanted to see a demo of Gears of War 5, the campaign. I wanted to see what changes they made, and I wanted to see obviously Halo Infinite. I wanted to see Project Scarlet, which we did, but by the time we got to it, I was already kind of beat to the fucking ground. Like I had no fucks to give at that point, because I was like, by the time they show Project Scarlet, the show is over. There was no carryover anticipation. You know what I mean? I actually wanted to see xCloud to see how that was gonna like turn out, but there wasn't even no concrete information on that. I was just left like confused and lost. I was like, why did they do this? You have the show to yourself. In the game selection, who organized these stupid ass rehearsals, man? They were talking about the rehearsal. Oh, great rehearsal. We got a lot to show. Good rehearsal. Oh, you guys are going to be surprised. Oh, you guys are going to be excited. Fucking Benji troll, the dude, the insider PlayStation dude, talking about, oh, you guys are going to be excited. Why would he be saying we'd be excited for something? What was this hidden gem? Xbox tweets out, we're inviting something new. Who were they inviting? Was it Keanu Reeves? That dude? Like, I was trying to think, you know how you think about shit that's tweeted about and things that are said? Like, oh, expect this at E3. Oh, this is going to be, like, and you're like, okay, well, what's going to be that big surprise? There was not one. This is the first E3 where there was no surprise. No leaks other than Ninja Theory's game. I mean, but absolutely no surprise. Yeah, just don't go in front of that way. There's actually no leaks, but it's still somehow no surprise. No megaton, no breaking news. How can I say this, dude? Like, it had me. All right, let's talk about the games. They had a sizzle reel, their usual indie sizzle reel, but somehow some indie games did not make it into the sizzle reel, and they made its way to its own solo trailers, which I was just confused. And these weren't games that looked same my interest. These were like fucking you had Deer Simulator type games, and I just don't know what they were doing. They showed off Battletoads. Now this was a joke, because I guess it's Dallas Studios or somebody who was ever working on Battletoads. But now I'm not gonna lie in front and say I'm the biggest Battletoads fan, but I know what Battletoads look like. These guys that did Battletoads literally remade the game with Microsoft Paint. The way the characters look, the way the stage look, it just looked like a cheap ass. Like, this is like, I can't explain it. It was like a cheap ass. Oh yeah, we're bringing back Battletoads. Bam! That looked like Rash, doesn't it? No, it looks nothing like Battletoads. The art choice, it was sorry. I couldn't even pretend to be excited for it when I was watching it, because I was just more so confused. I'm like, what did they do? And I have no interest in it. Completely an afterthought. Let's talk about Ori. Got delayed till February 2020. So once again, kind of takes the pit out of your anticipation for 2019, because now there's just Gears, and we obviously there's no Forza. Now there's just Gears, which could be fine, but Rod Ferguson got his hammer head up there on that stage and showed off a facial trailer, and then from there proceeds to show a CGI trailer for one of their multiplayer modes, Escape. and proceeds to show Gears Pop. I'm sitting here waiting like, that can't be it. They're coming back with Gears. They're going to come back with Gears campaign because you don't do that. The game's 3 months away. They showed more Gears 5 campaign. No. Scratch that. They showed more Gears 5 gameplay overall last year than they did this year. Sure, they gave IGN some stupid ass segment, but it's like the stuff they showed on Gears was stuff I didn't want to see. They did it backwards. That's what happened. They did it backwards. The shit that they showed this year at E3 for Gears was the shit they probably should have showed last year. And the shit they showed last year should have been shown this year, because I was like, who does that? It's like I was supposed to be reminded of how hype I'm supposed to be for that game, and the delivery, the showing of the game was just like bad. Nobody wanted to see that. Nobody was anticipating that. People wanted to see the campaign, and I'm like, how do you go there and decide this is what we're going? This is the part of the game we're going to show. No gameplay whatsoever. The game's 3 months away. No gameplay whatsoever. We're going to show a facial trailer of Kate looking all kinds of fucked up, and then we're going to show a trailer to a multiplayer mode. And I'm like, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. I'd rather Xbox they only had to do was show 4 fucking things, man. They had to do 4 things, maybe 5. Yeah, go ahead and announce Double Fine. That's fine. Go ahead and show Bleeding Edge. Sure, it's fine. It's all right. But that show should have been dominated by Gears of War, Halo, Project Scarlet, xCloud. That really should have been it, and they didn't need 90 minutes. They had a bunch of garbage this year, a bunch of garbage, and I'm completely honest when I tell you guys, Xbox 2013 E3, I thought it was lit. People was stuck on the whole DRM thing, but I'm like, content, do you know what was shown in 2013? Think about this. You had Quantum Break that was shown before they added the actor. They had the concept, but it was a good looking ass gameplay segment. They had Sunset Overdrive. They had Forza, the Dead Rising 3, The Rise. They had Kinect Sports Rivals. They had the Halo teaser. They had all sorts of like shit that was just like, yo, I'm getting the Xbox One day one, like for sure, confirmed. Like, I know everybody was too high up on DRM. I'm sorry, but saying, 24-hour check-in doesn't kill the show for me. It was the content that they were showing that made the show awesome. So when people were like, this was just as bad as 2013. No, 2013 wasn't bad at all. Like, there was a streak of E3s that, like, I would say the last bad Xbox E3 I witnessed was the one where they had, like, Usher dancing on stage for, like, Dance Dance Central or some shit like that. That was probably like one of the last ones where I was like, I didn't care to watch it like live, like how I do now. This one, like the whole E3 event, I felt bad because I'm sitting there bashing PlayStation and its fans like, they skipping the E3, they ran out of shit to show. I'm giving everybody the business, and I'm watching E3 unfold, and it's literally the worst E3 I've witnessed. Some people say Square Enix saved it. Some people says Nintendo saved it. No. Microsoft was supposed to save it. Microsoft was supposed to be in the show. E3 was supposed to stop and finish with Xbox. And they choked. They should... Let's go big. We're going to go as big as we'll ever be. This is going to be our biggest show. I know they say that every year, but every year I actually enjoy their show. That's the difference. I did not enjoy it. And I felt like the stuff that was supposed to be big announcement, they came with no juice. They came with no, the Project Scarlet, been there, done that. And here's why the Project Scarlet thing doesn't just bode well is because everything that we showed, other than Halo Infinite and obviously Gears and that airplane simulator, All the other games that they had dominating the show looked like garbage. I'm not buying. That's not a next generation experience. There was nothing that told me like, oh, that's probably going to be a next generation game. There was nothing I saw in those montages that indicated, oh, that might be next generation. And all these games were 2020, so I'm not looking forward to really nothing in 2020 outside of a few games. There's nothing really. The only thing I'm looking forward to, I'm just really anticipating PS5 and the next Xbox, just to see, because it's new consoles. The hype there is always going to be there. But as far as this generation, I'm like, I could care less. And like, I couldn't find anything to be excited for. Every year at E3, I had things to be excited for. I walked away with things that I was very happy about. I walked away from this one not happy at all. And I remember I was feeling all sorts of jealous because I'm like, oh man, everybody's at E3. Like, I wish I should have met with people. Bro, if I would have went to this shit, I would have been heartbroken. Because not only did I not, that every show was horrible. This is how bad E3 would have been for me. All this shit that you guys that I know I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about Xbox had a poor showing. I'm passionate about NBA Live. Fuck, it's not even there. Game might be canceled. I would have been left with just hanging out with other YouTubers. It would have been an expensive ass meet and greet. So I'm happy I didn't go, because I probably would have been in a hotel somewhere or in an Airbnb somewhere crying. I probably would have been somewhere crying because, like, you know what I mean? I let the days went by. I'm like, all right. But this crazy thing is I feel like usually after E3, you kind of have like, oh, I can't wait. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I have nothing that I'm waiting for right now. There's absolutely nothing I'm waiting for. It would be Gears 5, but they fucked my hype up. I was supposed to see more. I mean, and like I said, I'm not on the whole. I've been on the wait till. I think I stopped the whole wait till E3 thing personally myself, waiting for the next E3 after 2017. Like after I went to E3 and all that stuff, and Project Square, and then Xbox One X came out that November. My mind wasn't on waiting for anything anymore, and I, for the most part, did a good job doing it. But every year, these guys like ignite with these hype tweets and all this other shit. And this was really, for real, the first bad showing I've seen from Xbox in a long, long time. And this shit, it hurt to watch. It hurt to watch. Because it wasn't, I guess the show wasn't really needed. I mean, the announcements, I mean, like, I want them to be at E3, but, and the crazy thing is, I thought this was going to be like a third-party show, and it wasn't even that, because it was more independent and AA games. There was like no Call of Duties, and it wasn't dominated by all these big-time publishers. It wasn't even all that. And so it just seemed weak. And I mean, I know some of these independent guys got to get their shine and glory on, and Microsoft got to, cheer up to them every now and then. But dude, the games that they shown at E3 are not E3 press conference worthy games. They're not. That's not what I'm used to seeing at E3. That is not what I'm used to seeing at E3. Like I said, they could have done literally did like 4 games. They should have did a deep dive. They should have did a freaking PlayStation deep dive, because they had games they could have deep dive on. But they didn't, and I'm like, I'm in awe. I can't talk shit on Twitter. I can't tell people what I'm waiting for, because there's nothing that I'm waiting for. And it looks like I'm going to be playing NBA Live for another fucking 12 months. I was supposed to retire this game. This is supposed to be the time I retire NBA Live. And I'm probably going to be playing it for the rest of the year. Oh, shit. But let me get through the chat. Jason Elliott says, just confirmed Phil Spencer has officially blocked Smooth. Yeah, I don't think I'll earn a block. All right, let me try to read these chats here. There we go. Yeah, it was 70. He said Microsoft's E3 was almost 70% indie shit. Yep. He says, I don't think Xbox is dead or irrelevant. They're relevant. They're just not irrelevant. They're not relevant in the ways I want them to be. Like I said, when I did that stream, and I was telling you, hey, I realized, no. I think I was on Hard Eight's podcast, and I said, hey, I realized, I think I have a problem. And I find myself bad things I shouldn't be mad at. I have a right to be disappointed in E3. You know what I mean? I took a day off of work for this shit. That wasn't something you should take away. I literally wasted a day off for that. But yeah, the most disappointing thing, really, overall, the show, like, they shouldn't have did that with Gears. I don't understand the state of mind. Like, what was like Rod and the team thinking? You're at E3, you have a stage, the most anticipated game for Xbox, and I can't grasp the concept of I don't even know how to properly damage control. Oh, well, maybe, PlayStation wasn't there, so they just want to give a tease. No. Gears is coming out in 3 months, dude. No. Gears wasn't anything to hold back on. You don't hold back on Gears. It's coming out this year. It's coming out this year. It's supposed to be the biggest one yet. You don't hold back on Gears. Like, I've never understood. That was one thing I figured when at the rate that the show was going. I just remember watching. I was like, no, the show is not as good as I thought. Like, some of these games are questionable. And I thought the last thing I felt like both Gears and Halo would have a major impact, and they didn't. Well, Halo, obviously they had an impact. But like I said, by the time you got to that, you're already winded. Like, winded in disappointment. I was shocked and disappointment. Sage Mode Lewis says, do you think they will have 8K patch updates for 360 games on Xbox Scarlet Smooth? Honestly, dude, I'm not. Scarlet's not even on my mind. 8K, I'm not thinking about that because I don't even have an 8K TV. I don't even know what 8K looks like. I don't know what they're gonna do. All the enhanced games that are enhanced now will be enhanced on Scarlet in some way or fashion or form, whatever. But I'm so, like, my mind, like, mentally, Scarlet isn't really a thing to me. Like Project Scorpio, Anaconda, stuff like that. Right now, it's not really a thing to me. Smooth thoughts on No More Back. That's Holy One. I don't have an issue with the whole backwards compatible thing because here's the thing. Ever since they announced backwards compatibility, that was 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. Every month since then, they've added games to the list that are playable, and they enhance a whole ton of games. So at this point, what do they got left? I know there's a Max Payne, there's maybe Mech Assault and stuff like that. But I'm like, damn near the whole damn 360 library and the standout hits for Xbox, the original Xbox, are already backwards compatible. They don't owe me nothing as far as backwards compatibility. The games, like, I have all the games that I didn't get to experience, and they enhance the games I wanted them to enhance. The only thing I feel like that's truly missing is obviously I would prefer, I like the NBA Street Series, the Max Payne 3s, stuff like that. But for the most part, the backlog, the library is there. I have nothing. I don't really care if they make another game backwards compatible at this point. Said Kids D Almighty Spartan says Kid Smooth, thoughts on them pulling Fable and basically giving up on the X so quickly. They haven't even talked about it in 13. Well, see, I don't want people to think I'm in damage control mode. I think that's irrelevant, dude. That's like saying, well, PlayStation hasn't talked about the Pro in 2 years since they released it, because the X isn't like a separate. Ever since they put out the X, every game that's released since then has been enhanced for the X, or has enhancements on the X. It's a standard console at this point. Like, there's nothing to really. What are you really saying about an existing product that you have? I mean, it doesn't have its own games. It's not like, oh, this is an Xbox One X exclusive. They didn't give up on it. It's just that they put it out. They got a lot of content for it. It does a lot of things. It's the best. It's the premier console to have. It's the most compatible console I've ever experienced. So I don't think you should take anything from them not mentioning Xbox One X and 13 months. What are you saying about it? What is there to say about it? You know? Thoughts on Bleeding Edge and Double Fine? Well, I prefer that they buy IO Interactive. Double Fine, Psychonauts. I mean, I like my platformers, but it was an announcement that had no impact on me. I tweeted about it because I was like, yeah, they're at 14 studios. Well, actually, they are 15 because they built another one based off Asian empires. Bleeding Edge, personally, I thought the game looks okay. I'm going to try out the alpha. I'm more open to different type of games. Like I said, one of my favorite games was Gigantic, and that no longer exists. That was a multiplayer, hybrid MOBA style game. Me and Neo and Addict used to play it every now and then. I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that game. So I was like, no, I'll give it a shot, and hopefully it sticks out. Hopefully it's good. If I like it, I'll play the hell out of it. If I don't, I'll see how much achievements I can get with it, and then I'll put it down. That's how pretty much I treat certain games. So, sign the pony contract before you have a stroke. Here's the thing. There's nothing really PlayStation can do to make this. I don't understand this whole switching. I can't switch. I already have a PlayStation, so there's nothing that's gonna make me play multi-plats on PlayStation 4. The only games I would double dip on are games like NBA Live and shit like that. And now I have less of a reason to do that because crossplay is coming in some of the big games thanks to Call of Duty. Hold on one moment, guys. You guys hear me? My bad, I muted the mic. Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna make me signing the pony contract, which just confirms I do videos pretty much distant Xbox, and I play multi-plats on PC and PlayStation. Nah. Actually, however, I did just download Game Pass for PC, and the shit is so attractive. It actually makes me want to play games on my PC. So I downloaded Sunset Overdrive, and I think I'm gonna play through that, since I didn't feel like forking up the money to buy Sunset Overdrive again, since I already had it on Xbox. But it's free on Game Pass for PC, so I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Said thoughts on Nithilas signing the pony contract. Who the hell is Nithilas? I don't know who that is. The name sounds familiar on Twitter or YouTube comments, but I don't know who it is. who he or she is personally. This pina colada ice cream is good as hell, but it just melted. All right, let's go. He says, "Oh wow, I see some racists in the chat. Let me see if I can find them quickly. Hold on. Did somebody remove it? So I can't find it. Oh no, I'm not a PC elitist now. But yeah, overall, I mean, I am very disappointed. And I have nothing really to say. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like the thing is, it's like my thing was, and then the first thing everybody said was, well, it's a generational shift. I thought there wasn't really generations anymore. They're not treating it like generations. So everything's going to be cross compatible. And if people say, well, Sony wasn't there, so they're holding back things until next year. Well, no. The point of getting me hype for next year is by showing me a lot of the shit you got coming next year. So I don't buy in to that. Sure, I buy into like the like as far as like content wise of what they had available, but I just felt like there could have been a different way to deliver this. There's a way they could have had a better showing. I just feel like some of the games, poor choices of games. Gears was probably the biggest disappointment to me. Not lack of studio acquisitions. Not like I feel like because this was Gears of War show. You don't have all those damn posters on Gears of War, and then you want to show us Escape. I don't know, man. I don't know who are they operating for. I don't know what they're inspired by. They say they listen to the fans and whatnot, but I mean, there's probably a group of Xbox fans I've never met before that is like kind of like are responsible for these moves, for these ideas. But I don't know, not me. D Almighty Spartan God says, hold on, where he says, what comment is he talking about? I'm trying to find D Almighty Spartan God. I'm scrolling up. And it's gonna become a base console when next generation rolls around. What is he talking about? All right. So thoughts on them? I answered that question. Where's his other question? They don't market it. Oh, the Xbox. Let's go. Oh, you think the X is going to become a base console for next generation? Doubt it. I think it's just going to be obsolete after a while. Thoughts on Matt Booty saying he wants to release an Xbox exclusive every 3 months next gen? I mean, that's fine in theory. Execute. I mean, personally, I feel like for like platform holders and like you want a major release every quarter. You should have a game for every quarter. You need something for a big release for the spring, a big release for the summer, a big release for the fall, and a big release for the winter. And then obviously you could let independent AA and third party dominate the catalog in between. But I feel like for like platform, if you're a publisher, you got your own platform, you got your streaming service, you have to provide exclusive content, and you want to put out as much as possible, but it has to be spaced. There have to be pace with it. For your megatons, you want to do at least 3 to 4 a year. So D, I can't find the question you asked. Yeah. D Almighty Spartan God says, Kid Smooth want a temporary pony contract. It comes with chopsticks, Japanese robes, and twin freak sisters. No, because I don't know how to eat with chopsticks. And yeah, so as far as like I mean, I have like you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little bit quieter moving forward. I mean, because like there's just really nothing to look forward to, you know, personally. And people like, especially if you're an Xbox, people keep forgetting I have an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Switch, and a PC. There's nothing other than like for Xbox. I'm looking forward to Gears. For PlayStation, I can't even finish Days Gone. I might dabble into Death Stranding, but I highly doubt I'm going to like it because I don't like Kojima games. I don't like his games. I haven't enjoyed not one game by Kojima. For Nintendo, I mean, the Switch and my kids been playing Minecraft, but I don't see a game that I'll want to get. I'm not going to buy The Witcher 3 for the Switch. I didn't even beat it on my Xbox. So I'm not going to buy it on the Switch. And what they got, I don't play Pokemon. No. So but I am looking for, actually, I ain't gonna lie. The last Call of Duty game I was ever decent at was Modern Warfare or Call of Duty 4, and they're remastering it. It's crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation. There's some incentive to buy that. So I'm curious. I want to buy it just to see how shit goes down. So that I'm probably gonna do. But I'm not like for the rest of the year. I mean, there's nothing that mega like Star Wars. Yeah, I might try that. Yeah, it's pretty weak. Verge Brizzle says, Smooth, should the community demand Phil to get better and show future games? I'm all in. If we are together, things will change. I don't know really what to do. You know, I see Phil Spencer, and the dude's he's a good guy. He's a cool guy, but I don't know. Like, I feel like there's nobody. I don't know if there's anybody to tell him like, hey, that's not a good idea. I don't know. I think I don't know, man. I don't like I'm not a fan of the Phil Spencer's like console gaming. It's like I wish I had Phil Spencer's Xbox. I want Phil Spencer, just the dream team, the dream collection. I want Phil Spencer's Xbox console. I want Peter Moore and Jay Allard's like Xbox competitiveness. You get those two together, if the people just like, if you think about it, it's like I feel like during the OG Xbox days, of course I wasn't an Xbox player there, but obviously they kind of did things differently. 360 days, they were very, very aggressive. If you had the earlier teams with today's Xbox, sky's the fucking limit. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to think because gaming as a whole is changing, and I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't know. I don't know what to like. It's like it's just different, you know. It's just different. I'm an Xbox guy. I like playing on Xbox, but the paradigm is just different. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I did get the philosophy and the whole. I'm not. Yeah, I don't like how they move. I think Phil and his team they've done things that where I would say hypocritical, like because one minute they'll tell you they don't believe in exclusives, but they'll do exclusives for like certain platforms. I know they want to win back the graces of PC, and I feel like they're doing wonders for PC gaming, but and that's fine. But it's just I don't get it. It just because you have an Xbox, you have a console, and I feel like if anything PC gets, the console should get. I feel like it should be 1A and 1B. I don't feel like in a way they unified everything. They unified everything, so they can't even give you the excuse that something like, oh, Age of Empires is exclusive to the PC and all this other shit. Everything is unified now. The Xbox One X, S, whatever, is the most compatible console I've ever experienced. This shit like it's literally like it does. I don't know what it doesn't do as far as like compatibility. It works with your mouse and keyboard. It works with your third-party webcam. It works on almost every monitor. It supports every monitor display, audio display, every audio connections, everything. It's just like it's very compatible. But I don't know. Epic Games has Shenmue 3 exclusive. How does that happen? Shenmue 1 and 2 is on Xbox Game Pass for PC. Just give you guys a heads up. But yeah, I'm gonna replay Sunset Overdrive. Like this year, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for games. I'm gonna play. You know what? I'm gonna do something. And I don't. Maybe it's too late to start putting a little bit of respect on this PC I built some years back. But how the Game Pass for PC is actually intriguing. It actually makes me want to play games on it. But I'm gonna do Sunset Overdrive on here. I'm gonna probably replay Perfect Dark Zero. They just got a 4K patch. So Splinter Cell. Probably gonna play a bunch of old games. Honestly, I just feel like I want to go relive the glory days of freaking Xbox. Because this new shit, these happy-go-lucky, these bright colors and these ultra-sensitive ass games is not working, dog. Not for me. They're not working for me. Yeah, you wanna know what's in my? I have an i5 6600. I think it's a 6600 CPU in there. Intel. I have GTX 980 Ti in here. I have 16 gigs of RAM in here. I don't know. This is why I can't keep up with freaking PC game because I don't know what's like. I don't know what my PC is today compared to all the stuff they got now. Like, I don't know what it's equivalent to. I don't know what I can do. So that's why I just like I'm not gonna sit there and try to flaunt on it. I just like I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's like a mid tier. It's on par with my Xbox One X. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077. Like, I can't even front and act like I'm hyped for Cyberpunk. I am not. I know some of my fellow Xbox guys are, using that as the go-to. But nah. I'll get it. I'll try it. Sage Mode Lewis says Xbox has keyboard and mouse support, yet Microsoft doesn't put their PC exclusives on Xbox. That is facts. Factual. It's kind of stupid. Like I said, it makes no sense. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. So I'm just curious how it play out. Like I'm gonna just start shutting up and just watching how things play out. Just watching watch things how they play out, Did I like The Witcher 3? No. I did not like The Witcher 3. I didn't beat The Witcher 3. I bought it like a noob. I jumped on a bandwagon. I'm like, what is this shit? Prince Joker says Nintendo showed Banjo and not Microsoft. Yeah, that bothered me. Microsoft hasn't. Never mind. Yeah, that bothered me. I don't know who they're listening to, because fans will request certain games to come back, whether via remaster, remake. Like, for example, who picked Phantom Dust? All the OG Xbox classics we were asking for, nobody was talking about Phantom Dust. And Phil Smith says, Phantom Dust. That shit obviously didn't work out. Battletoads was, heavily touted, but nobody was like, they could have easily done I thought it was going to be like an HD, remake, a proper HD, not like this fucking cartoon remake. Because it's possible to do a Battletoads game, and it's, imagine it'd be somewhat 3D, high resolution, textures, visuals, and all this shit, but 3D, but still in the same concept that they have it. Could have easily been done. They learned, I can't believe they did. Dallas Studios is no good, dog. There's no good. They took that Microsoft check and bounced. And I was like, all right. They sent that fucking game to Korea. I'm like, they're no good. No good. Absolutely no good. Yeah, I feel like you could do a lot with Battletoads, but like I said, Microsoft has a whole shit ton of IPs for nothing. And I don't know, man. I think they need to shake things up. I think they need to shake things up. Am I playing Borderlands? I might. Matter of fact, I barely have nothing to look at. I might try, but the thing is, the crazy thing is, I think I've have the first two. I've never played them. I never played them. I played only one Borderlands game seriously, and that was the Telltale game. Believe it or not. Damn, I got eyelashes in my eye. Perfect Dark Boss Moves. You don't know how many times I've been asking for a perfect. I've been asking for another Perfect Dark since 2005. After 2005, I was like, all right, well, hopefully we get another one in 2007 or 2007 or 2008. I've been asking for a Perfect Dark since while we were still in the 360 days. But the damn the shame about Perfect Dark in games like Cameo, those only came to the Xbox 360 because they were delayed for the original Xbox. It's a shame. They got too many freaking IPs, dude, that they can do anything with. They have 15 studios. And they have so many IPs that they can just like bring back or do something different. They have the freedom to completely like resurrect an IP and make it a completely different game. Just using the same characters. Says, how do I feel about the Avengers game? I don't know how I feel about the Avengers games. You know, here's the thing. I played a lot of the superhero games back in the day. Like, you know how they had like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, all those types of games. Like you had the Hawks. I never, when I was younger, I played them there. I never took those games seriously. And Square Enix, I'm honestly, outside of Final Fantasy, I don't really know what Square Enix does good. Well, Tomb Raider, you know, all right, obviously. But outside of those, I don't know what freaking Square Enix does well. And when I saw that trailer, I thought it looked good, but I couldn't identify if it was gameplay or not. Actually, a lot E3 this year, that's what the games were just lacking gameplay. Everything was a trailer, like trailer montages. No real gameplay, demonstrations. Whatever happened to demos? Like, that's what I wanted, demos. Says Phil gonna kill the Xbox and go to PC. Said, where was the Insist Stoves game? What the hell are you talking about, Holy One? If you're talking about Initiative, they haven't even started doing that shit yet. Yeah, Code Vein's coming out in September. It's like the end of September. Code Vein's coming out. I'm in the alpha, but I don't know, man. They saying PlayStation 5 is stronger. I don't know. I mean, nobody revealed specs yet, but I guess developers have kits for both of them. So I'm curious in which ways who is stronger and what, because it sounds like they're using the same irritation of each. I know Microsoft have a heavy customization options with their chipsets from AMD. They do a whole lot of like to the core customization. So we don't know. We'll see. As long as they're both able, I mean, they're talking about 8K and 120 frames per second and shit like that. I think that's a little overboard. But as long as they deliver, I plan to be there on both of them day one. He said, I will be upset if it's weaker or the same with the Xbox. We got to see. I'm curious to see how the costs play out. Regardless, actually, BG owes me, I think, 5 next generation games. One of those games I'm going to ask for is Halo 5. Not Halo 5, Halo Infinite. What we got? But overall, I mean, what games are you guys looking forward to that you saw at E3? See, I can't really think of anything personally. I know people were saying Final Fantasy and the Avengers, and you know, I get that. Aaron Johnson said, E3 broke my heart so bad, man. This was not a good E3, dog. Watch Dogs, I've never want to play a Watch Dogs game. I don't know what it is about Watch Dogs, but that's one game from Ubisoft I just can't rock with. I either get bored or I don't know what it is. Like the mechanics, there's something about Watch Dogs that just tunes me out. Yeah, this is overall for me, maybe COD, Modern Warfare, and Gears 5. Eastside 49er. Holy One says Pokemon Shield. Yeah, Sony and Microsoft are saying 120 frames per second. Now, I saw this coming with Xbox, and those who are familiar with the One X and all this other stuff, the Xbox, they updated the thing to support like 120 hertz, and I'm like, I figured that would be a thing, but not for like these consoles. That's why I was curious of why they even added it to the X. But these consoles, they're gonna share like the same like the same pretty much like design moving forward of what they can do as far as compatibility. But the Xbox legit, I can see the Xbox legit supporting those higher frames because the Xbox One X it's just not powerful enough to do it. Well, I mean, if somebody could make a game, if somebody made a game that was higher than 60 frames per second, they can actually do it, and you'll be able to see it on X because the X is compatible with monitors that are higher than 60 hertz. So they were definitely beta testing with that shit. So Tony Wood says, "Kid Smooth, bro, why you surprised? E3 been corporate for years. Mugs don't care about gaming taking advantage of this hobby." Because I mean, all in all, it's entertainment. Surprised, and I'm surprised because I'm usually never disappointed when it comes to E3. This is the first year where I'm like legit like disappointed, where I'm like, wow, I'm not happy. Like I don't even know all the games that are coming out. Like they had State of Decay 2 on the stage for some, I don't know. Had State of Decay, they had Flight Simulator, which looks good, but honestly I'm not into that. I don't even like planes. They had, I'm trying to think of the 14 games. Even the Forza Horizon expansion didn't really impress me much either. It was like, it was more so. Like the Crossfire X, no, the Fantasy Stars, no, that bullshit, that Dragon Ball Z shit, the Tales of Vesper, Tales of Arise, none of that. See, all that shit. I mean, none of that shit impressed me. And you guys know how. I like that wasn't my type of shit, dude. None of that shit impressed me at all. Oh yeah, the Lego game. They showed a Lego game on the stage too. Which I was like, why are you showing? Okay. No, Gears isn't an RPG. I think what happens is, that mode, escape and horde mode, they're gonna have that looter shooter mechanics with the little bars, the numbers popping out of there. But they kind of like giving a reason for a bullet sponge in some of those modes. I don't think that's going to be a case in your standard PvP or the campaign or anything like that. I think that's just based off the modes, the mode that they were demoing. You say you don't like weeb games? No, I really don't like weeb games. I don't know how to get into games like that. I really don't. But I think we're about an hour in. So I'm about to get ready to shut this down. Hopefully, I don't know if I even got to express myself the way I wanted to, but overall, I mean, you guys aren't going to hear me quote unquote damage control. E3 sucked. Xbox E3 sucked. It shouldn't have. That's the thing that bothers me. It shouldn't have sucked. It really shouldn't have. But they made all the wrong decisions. They showed the wrong games. They didn't do their first party offerings any justice. I'm still shocked about Rod Ferguson and his choice of what to show for Gears 5. It just you don't do that. You do not do that. I don't give a shit about July, what they're gonna show on for like TBS, and then they're gonna wait until September right before launch to show the like campaign. That's dumb. I know they got Gamescom coming up in August. I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, whatever. I'll just like I'm not taking off from work or anything like that. I'll just check my phone for that. Same thing with EXO in London. You know, if they do some surprising, I'll be surprised. But I'm kind of just down for the count, dude, for any of that stuff. So I mean, it was just really not my cup of tea. This was not a good showing. Probably the worst I've seen. This is the only show I can admit Microsoft had like or Xbox had a bad E3. Like 2013, good. I loved it. 2014, I loved it. 2015, I loved it. 2016, I thought it was dope. 2017, not as good as previous ones, but I got to witness it live and in person. They had the project Xbox One X reveal, like fully unveiled, and they had the OG Xbox backwards compatibility announcement. They had some megatons there. In 2018, you had all the studio acquisitions and whatnot. All the games they showed. We've seen like Sekiro for the first time there. There was just a lot that they like showed off in 2018. In 2017, it was just like, wow, this is it. And no, I'm not going to E3 next year. No, I refuse. I'm not like, I mean, I'd like to go. If I go, I'm going, like, here's the thing. This is like E3 to me, like, I enjoy being at E3 and I enjoy the get together and whatnot. I would go if I could get into, let's say, Xbox conference or whatever, maybe Xbox and maybe PlayStation's conference. That's what all I would do. I won't do the show floor. I won't do any of that stuff. I would just hang out in Los Angeles. I don't think I'll be going next year, especially after this year. Nah. Because this year's was so bad, I don't think I would be willing to waste any money to go next year. But said next year it will be all 3D or D. Almighty Spartan God says, yeah, I'll watch, but I can wait. That's the thing. I'm not waiting for anything. My anticipation, I have no anticipation for next year. Like I said, I'm not just like this year, and it would have lasted had I not let these supposed leaks or the like tweets get to me, because I was on low key mode for E3 up until literally like after my birthday. So. Do I like Double Felix games? Yeah, like Double Felix. What the last game they did? Didn't they do the original Killer Instinct before Iron Galaxy took over, or is that vice versa? I don't know. Tony Wood 25 says, "What's hurting the reputation of E3 is this nonsense of showing games and tech that won't release until a year or so later. That's trash, bro." Yeah, I mean, but it's the excitement. E3 used to just excite me because you want to know what's coming. Like you get all the information, the big blowout. But I think with the internet nowadays, because I remember back when, before obviously there was social media, like I would literally be subscribed to all the magazines, and then I couldn't wait to like the June and July. It was because E3 used to take place in May. It used to take place in May, and I couldn't wait until the June subscriptions would come out, and I would just go boom, and then I would go to GameStop and buy the 3-disc DVD and watch it. That's how I used to watch E3. I used to wait until the DVD come out, and GameStop would have it on sale next to the Game Informer magazines, and I would buy it. The shit would be like nearly $30, but it would have like 3 DVDs in there, and I would watch every conference and side shit that they would have. But yeah, I believe Edge is good too, but like I said, we get to play it on the 27th of June, so we'll see what was in Ninja Theory's head when they made that game. But hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be like freaking Lawbreakers or Radical Heights, anything like that. Sage Mode Lewis says, back in my day, E3 was exciting. It was very. I mean, the idea of E3 is exciting as well, but I don't know. This year, I don't know. It was more so of a revelation. Like, well, maybe the shit ain't all what it cracked up to be. But I feel like last year and this year was a big ass drop off. I feel like there wasn't a proper transition to being decent, to being good, to just completely trash. No proper transition. I don't think we got the proper transition. Yeah, internet, and I don't know if it ruined gaming. It did something. It did impact it because gaming is more. It's more accessible now. It's more casual. And the thing is, I always wanted gaming to be bigger and wanted more people to be involved. I wanted my friends to to be there in the scene and know what's going on. But I feel like the business of gaming, I'm not happy with the business of gaming and how that's done and how that's treated, because the games are being diluted, the games are being watered down, and I don't know. I mean, I fear that the innovation in games is gonna just dwindle, because even the games now, a lot of stuff we have is just like copy and paste. People are running out of ideas. So, but I'm gonna get out of here though. I've been here for an hour. You guys been watching me freaking whine and complain about Xbox E3. I'm all bad this year though. Like, it's not even just like Xbox. It's like freaking even EA kind of just like disappointed me. Ubisoft, all these. I'm just all time disappointed. But you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy. I'm gonna try to stream Sunset Overdrive at some point, because I think it's already downloaded on my PC. But you guys have a wonderful night. Check out Game Pass on PC if you haven't, because that I don't know, that layout, whatever it is, it just makes games attractive. You know how if you guys watched my video a long time ago when I was talking about the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation, like the UI and everything, it makes you want to buy shit. Like, it just makes you want to just download shit. That's how like the Game Pass thing is. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. It was a pleasure. Hit that like button. And hopefully I'll be back with some other content shortly. Peace.